Hey, welcome to my channel, Fun with Fisherman Dean. Today we're just going to talk real quick about some of the things that we use for Fluke. Talk about what I do, what I get. I use basic things. I have a Fluke pole here with just a small little reel on it. This has to be dark matter pole that I got through Rhode Island Saltwater's fishing show about 2 years ago. Uh, has a really nice feel, balance on it. Eyes that go around in a circle, they don't go on a straight plane. Kind of cool. It's something very a little bit different. But if you notice, you can see these things go kind of a different pattern here. But anyway, just want to talk real quick about what we use for fluke fishing in the bay and outside of the bay. I use a standard drop rig with a teaser. So at the very bottom of the rig, so it's two hooks with mylar skirts on it. Top has a swivel on it. All right, and you can tie that in or put it through a clip. I use a clip, just very basic, easy stuff here. And on the bottom of the two hooks, I have a drop, which I like to use anywhere between 2 ounces and 4 ounces. 4 ounces doesn't give me the same feel, but what we're looking for is a drift over ground. And what we want to do is have no more of a ground speed than more than 0.75 nautical miles an hour. So we're going not even one knot. We want to be 0.75. So that's the optimum. A little bit slower is okay. Don't want to be too slow. You have to have a drift because you want to be moving over the ground, but too fast is too much. So, but the key to this thing is you want to have that nice feel as you're bouncing this thing off the bottom, and the 4 ounces. Sometimes if you're spanning out too much because the boat's moving a little too fast, and you want to have that come up and down type thing, 4 ounces will work. You can still feel the fish, but it gets relatively tough when you do that. But you don't want to have too much of a span out. So for me, I love it when it's a 2 ounce weight that gives me what I can. I get that ultimate feel on the tip. What we use is gulp. Depending on where I'm at, I will use anywhere between 2 inch right out to 6 inch. I prefer the ones that are actually the Manhattan, not Manhattan. What do you call them? Yeah, I want the type that are fish. I don't like the actual grubs, so I want the ones that look like they're actually a small green little fish that has a body on it. I'll show you here in a second here. So looks like a mullet, little mullet on it. All right, mullet with a flip tail. This I believe is probably a 4 when you measure the tail and everything out. 3, 4. Anything smaller than that, you catch all the small fish too. So it depends if you want to do too much of that. But the bigger ones, obviously, you get a 15-inch fluke. It'll take a 5-inch gulp with no problem at all. And, you feed it in. You have kind of a relative octopus type hook here, and you run it through from the back side, and then through the mouth, and then up and out through the top. Okay, out through the top like that, and then the skirt, you put the skirt over the top of that. That way the tail is flipping on the outside of the skirt. I have found on some days pink is the only color of this gulp that you can use, and there's other days that the greenish color chartreuse is the better color. My go-to is pink or chartreuse. There's a lot of crazy different types of brands and colorations and all that kind of stuff, but I've only had really good luck with those two. My drop rigs, I actually picked them up. My drop rig with the 2 hooks and all that, I actually picked them up, and I get there's Uncle Mo's Tackle who makes these things, $3 a piece or something like that. I get them both with the pink mylars, pink mylar, and I get the white mylar. So this happens to be with the white. It's just the pink. This has a little pink in it, but it's not. It's truly just the white. But I use the pink also. And those skirts, I tend to find that the white works best over the pink skirts. Even if I'm using a white with a pink, seems to perform better than a pink with a white. I've tried the whites and all that kind of stuff, but you have a top and a bottom. So you have a teaser on the top, all right, and then you have one on the bottom here. Again, like a 2 ounce to 4 ounce on the bottom of that. And these are ready-made rigs. You can make these rigs yourself out of basically 30-pound test. But that's what I tend to use for my fluke fishing, and it works it's very successful. So again, what I would play with is maybe the size of the bait on the end. You can use some different types of baits if you want to try not using gulp. Gulp can be expensive. I buy them in the larger containers because we go through them, not too fast, but tend to wash out. But I like to re-dip my stuff back into stuff. And I also bought back into the juice that comes with it. And I get other plastics and stuff too that I actually put in there with it, with the actual oil that's in there. Now, this oil I always thought was Menhaden oil, but it's not Menhaden oil. I bought some just plastic rubber baits and stuff. I put it into Menhaden oil as kind of a touch-up where I lost some of the juice that was in the Gulp, and it actually hardened the plastic rubber baits, so they were rigid. So there's something different between the Gulp Magic Juice and Menhaden oil, which I thought it was. So anyway, but that's what we use. So again, a little quick and easy drop thing, swivel on the top, 2 hooks, bait it up with Gulp on both. I tend to like to do sometimes 2 different colors. I might do pink on the top, green on the bottom. And when we fish, we always call out to everybody that's on the boat which color hits and whether it's a top or bottom that we actually get them on. So everybody runs the same combination. So as we pass over the ground, there's always seems to be one combination that works best for the day. So anyway, just a quick thing. So a couple of different tricks that we use, but this is a quick and easy type setup. You can use it with a conventional pole. I prefer something more like a trout level pole, so it's easy to get that feel on the tip. And I also prefer, depending on where you're fishing, we don't tend to get into rock structures for Fluke, but they tend to be around structures at times. But I know these rigs are actually made up of 30-pound test. I don't tend to use more than 15-pound test on the rod. And in most cases, I do use both braid and mono and fluorocarbon. So I haven't had any kind of issues with that as far as, types of lines or stretch or any of that kind of stuff. I know there's people talking about different types of things for field, but just wanted to give you a quick heads up, quick and easy rig, and they're producers. I mean, last weekend we were out, we caught the better part of 12, 15 Fluke, so in a 3 or 4 hour period. So anyway, just wanted to, and that's the baseline that we use across the boat. So just wanted to give you kind of a heads up. People have asked me since a couple of videos I post, what do you actually use informationally wise for your rigs, and I want to come back and give you kind of a heads up on what we do. We do have some custom rigs and stuff, but a lot of what I use it follows the same format of maybe some handmade stuff and adding a little more distance between the hooks and a little more distance between the drop weight and the hook. So spread things out a little bit more. But that's the basic rig that we use. All right. So appreciate liking and share and comment on my thing. I appreciate it. Subscribers help me to do my hobby here, so appreciate if you subscribe to my channel. All right, appreciate it. Thank you. Bye bye.